Morning, folks. It's next day. I wanted to take and show you just a little shot of the wiring job I did on Polly's car. Turned out pretty good. The wiring gave me a little bit of a trouble, but I run out of protective covering. But I took and wired up just taped up the excess. Not the prettiest job, but up and under here, it's all tied and zip stripped up out of the way. I got this new friction tape. It's supposed to be for electrical wiring. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's what I got, and we're all hooked up. We're going to see how it's going to do. This is the Traverse's maiden voyage. The hitch cost about $106. Got the hitch for $19 plus 20% off at Harbor Freight. Then the wiring kit was about $13. They wanted $100 to wire this up, and it just took me a little bit of time to take and get it figured out. So we're loading up. We're loading up our stores here, going to the Homestead. We've been buying, when you move off grid, particularly at first, when you're not growing your own, you're not butchering your own, you got to take and store up stuff. So we are been buying a lot of tuna, chicken, spam. Spam ain't particularly good for you, but it's really good in potatoes, corned beef, just so that we can have canned food. It's easy to prepare when you're off grid. It doesn't take a whole lot. It's already pre-cooked, so if you had to, you could just sit there and eat it cold. You run out of propane. So we're gonna get this stuff loaded up, and then we're heading to the Homestead. We're gonna see how this little Traverse does. Come along with us. Hey folks, me and Polly.
Hello.
Me and Polly are in the car, and thus far, we've never really pulled anything with this car. And we've got it fairly loaded down. You've seen the load we had in. And it's a lot of heavy stuff. But this has I don't know if I can show this to you or not. This has a manual selection on it. And it is a 6-speed. I got it in 6th gear right now. I'm doing 70 miles an hour. I did a systems check here a while ago, and nothing seems to be afoot. The temperature is running about where it normally does. I've been changing it like a standard. When I hit a hill, I gear down. It actually tells me when it needs to gear down, which is kind of cool. And I gear down. But it's kind of nice.
What's this place called around here?
We're next to Sanasti. She is texting, messaging, I'm not sure. Our oldest, which a lot of folks don't know about our oldest. It's actually our niece that we helped raise. We're taking her the stuff that's out of our freezer. She lives out this way, on the way to Gallup. So we're taking her some stuff. We'll show you a little bit of that on our trip down. What am I doing? I'm YouTubing. I'm a YouTuber. So say hello to the folks.
Hello.
This is Kelsey, and this is Melvin. Melvin, say hello. This is where they're staying. This is Melvin's family's place. We are almost to Gallup, not too far from Gallup. And this is Coco.
She'll be 9 this year.
9 years old. Kelsey's had her a long time. Not very many trees out here, as you can see. This is much of the construction out here. This is chicken wire with just Portland cement and sand, no aggregate. And this house is probably 20, 30 maybe even 40 years old. How old's this house, Melvin? In the 70s. So it's 30, 40, almost 50 years old, huh? This is a newer addition over here, right, Melvin?
Yeah, the first one was
This is the first one. And all these are added, so you can see the stucco's a little bit better grade. Stucco still cracking. The sun is really hard on stuff. You can kind of see it. All right, folks. So far, so good. It's handling good. Our load shifted a little bit. I'm really impressed with this Traverse. Oh, it has done really, really well. Checking the load here. Went over some rough roads. We had an issue when we went to Blissful Acres and the transmission got hot. We stopped in Flagstaff on the way back and had them change the transmission fluid. Since then, it's been really good. Wish I could get this thing to stay in here. It just won't. I think if I was to ever win the lottery or come into some money where I could just go buy a brand new car, I think I would just go buy a brand new Traverse. I'm really impressed with them. So load's good. Polly went in the store here to get some chewing gum, some spearmint chewing gum to put in the food buckets, rice, beans, that sort of thing. Keeps bugs out. This is a big town of Sanders here. We'll be at the homestead here in a little bit. Well, we got it unloaded. Now we're gonna go be a little bit adventurous and go down to St. John's, look around, see what's down there. We haven't been to St. John's yet, so we're gonna go down there and check it out. Let's go. Well, here we are, we're in St. John's. It's not a very big place. The fuel's a little higher. We're gonna eat over here at El Cupido's and see how much it is. See how good it is. How much and how good. Got a Dollar General. They got an Ace Market, an auto parts store, a Subway. They got a few things. It's about 30 miles from, well, a little bit farther, 30 miles from Homestead. But this is just the main drag here. Not a whole lot else here. There's a place up here to get some water. So I'm gonna take it. After we eat, we're gonna get Mike and him some water and take it back to them. Our neighbor, they needed some water. So we're gonna go check it out. The wind was blowing so bad, you couldn't even understand what I was saying here. Our neighbor Mike was needing some water, so we told him we were going down to St. John's, and they said if you could pick up 10 gallons, it would really help out. He's been working on his truck here for a while. But this is where we'll be getting water in St. John's. It's about 35, 40 mile from our homestead. Not a real bad drive. It's out here in the west. It's nothing to drive 40 miles. This water system here, it's 25 cents for 25 gallons. And you put the money in and it starts right away. So you either have to have two people or be on your toes, because I got soaking wet trying to catch that thing. Because when that water comes out, it comes out. It splashed all over me. But we got the water, and now we are going to take and be heading out of town here. And I just thought I'd show you guys the town, kind of show you where we're at, particularly my friends and family. This is going to be probably the town that we use the most to buy the little things you need and frequent often. Ace Hardware's a market. There's where we just ate at El Cupido's. Pretty good. This is a place I gotta check out right here. They have containers. 20 by 40 containers. Sorry about the shaky camera work, guys. Just gonna show you a little bit of St. John's. There's somebody hauling water right there. Not bad, 25 cents for 25 gallons, so it's a penny a gallon. So 300 gallon tank, $3. Not too bad. Propane place right there. There's a little snow cone stand. Not a bad little old town. I mean, it's not any metropolis, but there's a library. Probably ain't open. There's a lot of land for sale in this area. You see a lot of realty offices. Polly says, don't tell nobody. So we're about 35 miles from here. That's not terrible bad, is it?
There's 2-lane road there.
I'm in the rain. I'm in the road. Are you being a back seat, side seat driver?
Well, you went around that corner and you were right in the middle of both lanes.
There's nobody in the road.
Still, there was somebody behind you.
They weren't paying attention to it either. They followed me.
Follow the leader, I guess.
I reckon. There's no lines on the road. The town is so small, it has no lines on the road. Now, out of town it does. Right here. But in town, no lines. So that was a big town of St. John's. If you're ever in the area, come down and check it out. Oh, I'm not a tourist guide. All right, guys, we're gonna head out. We're heading back up. We're gonna drop the water off at Mike's, and then we gotta head back to civilization, as I call it. Thank y'all for stopping by. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, hit the old thumbs up button. If you don't like what you're seeing, let us know. We'll try to do better. We'll see you down the road.